Now, I know you served a lot of time. Um, are you going to be allowed to vote ever again?
Yeah, I can vote. I can vote now. I voted for Barack. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I voted for Obama.
How soon were your voting rights restored after you
After I
were
got off
incarcerated?
parole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as I had 3 years parole. So after my 3 years was up, I was able to vote again. I got my passport and everything now. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good to go. I didn't think they were ever gonna give me a passport because of how bad my background was, but I got it. So I'm about to start stamping that motherfucker up.
Now, let me ask you this. You mentioned Obama. Obviously, he represented Illinois, your state,
Right.
for quite some time. He's almost done with his 8 years in office. What, if you could give me a review on Obama in office, what's your review on it?
I don't think it was bad. I think he did a hell of a job. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause when you look at what he had to work with, he came into the office when shit was fucked up, like to the max. So it's like people wanna down him and say what he didn't do, but he actually shit improved from how it was then. You know what I'm saying? So like I think he did a good job. He got 2 thumbs up from me. You know, I ain't no hater. He did all right with me.
Now, Obama's almost on his way out, of course, by law. What do you think about some of the names of some of these presidential nominees you've been seeing or hearing lately, like Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
I mean, Hillary. You know, if I had to vote for one, I would vote for Hillary. Because I think Bill would be. You know what I'm saying? Would be calling a lot of those shots. You know, he's still the man of their household. You know what I'm saying? And she stuck with him through all the bullshit. So, and he didn't do bad during his term outside of the little bullshit that he did. But yeah, I would vote for her. Like Donald Trump, I couldn't take him serious. Like I think he's a racist. I think that's a joke. Like for anybody to take him serious and to even consider voting for him, I think they gotta be sick in the head. Like that's crazy.
Kanye West at the VMAs said he wanted to run for president. Since then, in a couple magazines and a couple interviews since then, he said he's really serious about that. Do you think if he ran, he has a real chance of winning, without knowing his stance on issues, of course?
Hell no. Kanye West is he from my city, but he don't represent my city, and I don't support Kanye West. And I'm saying this, and a lot of people, like, they know the history with me and Kanye West, and I wouldn't support that. Like, he don't have his views and shit. He not serious about it. He's an attention seeker, and he's too arrogant and pompous and we don't need a president like that. He ain't no better than motherfucking Donald Trump. In my opinion, he's just a black one. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take him serious, and I never will.
I didn't know you had it. Off the record, I didn't know you had an issue with him.
No, we had an issue. See, when I first got in the game, you got to think the older artists in my city, like Kanye and Twister and Do or Die and Crucial Conflict, like they didn't embrace the guys under them coming up. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of shied you away. I remember when I tried to get a feature from Crucial Conflict, and my cousin, he had started the label Mississippi, and he rolled down on him and was like, man, I would need you to get on a song with my cousin. He just coming home from the joint, he doing the music and all that, and he like, what's his budget? And you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't show no love. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I have done, I showed love to all the youngins in my city, period. You know what I'm saying? From Herb, I tried to link him with Gotti. I brought Flocka to Keith's house. When Gotti asked about Flocka, about Keith, I vouched for him. The same with Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Dirk, I think his first time meeting French Montana was at our studio. He came with E from LEP, and French Montana was with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always embrace the youngins coming up. You know what I'm saying? That's why they all respect me, and they all show me love. Like, whenever I see any of them, it be all love. And that goes from Keith to Dirk to Herb to Bibby to even on the other side, the Ducks and the P. Ricos and the Kales, like everybody, they show me love. But I show that same love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never, even though a lot of they, you know, they got a bigger internet presence and internet buzz than me because they come up in that era. See, the reason why I'm still able to eat, you know what I'm saying, being an older artist is because when I came up, we had to grind in them streets. So my footprints are engraved in them streets because that's what we did. We didn't use the internet. The internet wasn't a tool for us to use. That's why, like, when Bump J come home, that's my man. I send him money. We communicate all the time. People still talk about him. He don't even have one real video out. Because we came up in that era where you had to grind and hit the streets with the mixtapes and actually put in work. We didn't have the luxuries of putting something on the internet and reaching out to hundreds of thousands and millions of people. You know what I'm saying? So I think the leg work go a whole lot farther because I'm like Scarface in my city. I'm like a Bun B. Like, no matter how old you get, you still respected for the work that you put in. And your name is still good, so you stamp a lot of artists coming up. You know what I'm saying? I take that role and I embrace it.
Now let me ask you this: if you became president and ran the country, what's one thing you would do or change?
I would change a lot of these drug laws. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't bring these drugs and these guns and everything over here. You know what I'm saying? So how can a person get caught? Because I was locked up with people who got 10 and 20 years for one rock, one bag, one rock cocaine, something as smaller than a piece of lint in your pocket and get 10 years for it. You know what I'm saying? You got people who get caught with drugs and end up with 30 and 40 and 50 years, and then you got some dudes who come down for a murder and get 30 years. So you can't tell me that a person who's hustling, who's trying to provide for their family, not saying that, you know, I believe that every crime should be punished, but let's make it fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't give this man who's out here hustling, he's not selling it to people who don't want it and making them buy it. He's giving it to people who's coming to get it. Don't give him the same time that you would give somebody who kills an innocent baby or kill a grandmother trying to shoot at somebody else. Like, that's crazy to me. Those laws are definitely fucked up. Definitely fucked up.